There is a massive war that is going on. Russia is invading Ukraine. The markets are teetering. They just raised interest rates today. Everyone is talking about massive inflation that is everywhere, uncontrollable inflation in most of the world, and people are scared. What do you do? We're going to help you with that today. My name is David Ruff, and I am a broker here in the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada, and we run sellhigher.ca, but I'm not just a real estate broker. I'm also a massive investor. I've been doing this since I was 15 years old with my dad. Fortunately, he taught me a lot of cool stuff. Now, today we're going to be covering gold and silver and some really exciting stuff on how to get it into your possession and hedge yourself against some crazy inflation and possible rocky economy. Let's get into it. Gold and silver is suggested by almost every hedge fund, and almost every investor suggests that you have some gold and silver in your portfolio. Now, this is a gold bar. This is a 1 ounce from Canada. This is a silver round, they call it, because it's not made by any government, just a regular mint. You can see that it is only 999 down here, 999. It's a buffalo. So this is an American one. This is what they normally say. Have 5%, 10%, 15% of gold and silver in your portfolio as a hedge against inflation. A hedge just means like a protection. Gold and silver is not usually used as something to make money. It's insurance is what it is. So in bad times, let's just say crazy town, okay? Depression, something terrible, you could use this as an exchange for food or something like that. But this also doesn't usually lose its value with inflation. How do we know that? We have a lot of cool history records. What I like is there was an example like 2,000 years ago in Greece where he mentioned that he could buy a really nice robe and a really nice pair of sandals, the best that money could buy, for 1 ounce of silver. If we go up to Roman times, if we go even to the 70s, if we look today, 1 ounce of gold could buy you a designer suit and a really nice pair of shoes. Kind of crazy, right? So when we look at it from that lens, the purchasing power of 1 ounce of gold has remained constant for 2,000 years. So it's not necessarily something that you make money on. It's something that is an insurance. When my father started buying gold back in 1980, it was $250 an ounce. Today, it's worth $2,500 an ounce. Again, we're using Canadian dollars, right? Because I'm in Canada. So it's 10x its value, but did it actually 10x its value? It went 10x up in nominal terms, meaning the number 250 to 2,500. But as far as purchasing power, this little piece of gold bought me the same amount of bread it did back then as it does today. Or it bought me the same suit that we were talking about back in 1980 versus today. So then it didn't go up in value, did it? Only nominally, not in purchasing power. And that's what we mean, that this is insurance that you're not going to lose, because this normally holds on to its value, whereas stocks have the ability to drop 50, 60, who knows how many percent down, right? So let's find out some cool ways and figure out which gold to buy. All right, I have used Kitco for 20 years. Kitco is a massive company. It uses all of these gold, silver. It sells a whole bunch of different metals. So let's go through this. You can always buy their products, these gold and silver coins, and then you could pay them to hold it in their vaults if you would like. You can also have an online account. It says Buy Kitco Pool. Inside of the pool, this is what they mean is you can purchase it and have an account with them. You just give them your name, email address, and ID. You can purchase it and they will hold it there. You know, when you go to your regular bank, it'll say your name, David, has $1,000 in your account. In their accounts, it will say David has 100 ounces of silver. And you own silver in the account or gold in their account. And you can get it into your hands at any time that you want. But they're holding it 1-to-1. It's not a papal certificate like the regular banks do. Then they can resell it 143 times at the banks. But when you get them through this company, they, by law, have to hold 1 ounce of silver for every 1 ounce they have in your account here, which is a lot safer. But let's get to the juicy part. What most people want is to buy gold or silver. So let's go into the most popular one, which is people want to buy gold. You'll click on the gold button at the top where it says buy gold. Now, when you go down, you can set the currency that you're looking at. Mine is in Canadian dollars. And now we're going to start looking at the products. So how do I know which one to buy? This is very, very tough, right? So we're going to look at a couple of them. Do you notice here there's a bar? It's just a square bar made in Swiss. We can notice here that it has a 1 ounce gold maple leaf coin. So they have these very pretty coins that are here. Do you notice here it has 1/10 of an ounce? So this is a very tiny coin. So here is a 1 ounce coin from different countries. That's interesting, eh? American. This one is from South Africa. This one's from Austria. Oh my God, guys, this is confusing, right? So this turns a lot of people off. I got to be telling you, this will turn people all over. They don't know what to do and what to buy. But I have some really cool things that I can tell you. What did we see when we looked through that? We saw that there was a coin, a fancy coin, a round coin from the country, right? It was very pretty. They had a full 1 ounce bar that was a square bar. There was a couple countries for that as well. And then we also noticed that there was smaller coins. Remembering that manufacturing costs a lot of money. This is for silver and gold. So the smaller the item, the more manufacturing has to happen. So if you bought the 1/10 of an ounce and we had 10 little coins over here, lots of them, versus 1 full ounce, that's a lot less work for them. So if we bought 10 1/10 ounces, that equals 1 ounce, that would cost you over $3,000. But if you were going to buy just 1 ounce in a bar, it would cost you something like $2,500. And that is a huge discount, right? To buy it into that one block. So there are certain principles that we have to know. Manufacturing costs a lot, right? And there's also a pretty factor. They call that numismatic or collector value of that coin. Now, those are the coins that have a maple leaf on it, or a big Indian head, or a buffalo on it, or the Philharmonic coins. That is where there's a pretty value, numismatic value. But let's go back to why you're buying this. You're going to be buying gold and you're going to be buying silver for the reason I might have to sell it one day if we are ever in trouble, and it's a hedge. Okay, well, back in 2007, 8, 9, 10, there was a time when we wanted to try to go and sell our gold and our silver at that time. And what I learned was my father had went and purchased coins with pretty value. Really beautiful, double stamped, extra shiny in a leather case. And guess what? When we went to go sell it, the only thing that mattered is they took it and weighed it on a machine and minus 10%. But I'm like, listen, it's worth a lot more. We paid a lot for it because it's so pretty. It's collector value. And they said in a down market, in a recession, nobody cares about pretty. We only care about weight of the coin. And that taught me something. I don't want to pay for pretty. I'm buying this as insurance. Why would I care what my insurance is wrapped in? Just in my own personal opinion. I want to buy the most metal I can for the cheapest price that I can. With that in mind, let's go find out how do we get the cheapest amount. All right, so what we had done is let's just go down, and because I'm in Canada, I'm a little bit biased, let's just look at what we learned. 1/10 of an ounce. Do you notice here that the prices are quite high for a 1/10 of an ounce, right? When we go and look at something like this, we can see that here, one coin, they're asking $310 for one coin. So to get 10 of them, to get 1 full ounce, that would be what price? Well, 10 here would be $309 per coin times 10. So $3,090 for 1 ounce. That's a lot of money, $3,090. But let's look what happens if we get a 1 ounce coin. Woo, that's a lot cheaper, right, you guys? So if we look at a 1 ounce coin, we can see $2,600, $2,646. $2,646, but let's keep going down. Look at what we can get here for a 1 ounce bar, Royal Canadian bar, $25.70. Woo! I like that, you guys. $25.70. This is a good price. It's a lot less than the pretty factor, right? But if I did want the pretty factor, look at this. It's not a lot more for me to buy this one, the Philharmonic 1 ounce. I can buy that. This is a really good from Austria, and it's only going to cost me $8 for that pretty factor. You know what? I'm kind of interested if it is only $8 more. That could be cool, but look at this. It's only available in the US. So their US store has it, but in Canada they don't. But what I would do is only buy from them, not to buy something like this, these good delivery. This is a private mint. It is not a federal mint, and I like the federal mints. They are accepted around the world. As you can see on the Canadian ones, I love them because they're absolutely sealed, completely in plastic. You can see in here, there's a serial number next to every one. There's a big code that's emblazed on it, and the backs have these really cool 3D things that are on side. Cool, right? So these are completely sealed off. I like them. They're accepted around the world. I would consider those ones. So let's work with that one. All right, so going back to the gold bar, we're looking at 1 ounce gold Royal Canadian Mint bar. We can see what the price is right there. One is $25.70. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down $2,570 on a piece of paper. We're now looking for the difference between the buy price and the sell price. Okay, so let's go right now to sell to Kitco, and we're going to find out what the selling price. So that's if I own it in my possession, I want to give it to them, what will they give me the next day for that coin, or the same day? You know, they'll always give you the money for it right away. So let's go down to the gold products, and we're going to try to find that same bar. Okay, so it's a 1 ounce, they call it RCM bar, Royal Canadian Mint bar. As you can see, there's all kinds of different coins that they're willing to purchase from you. There's that familiar American Buffalo Gold. There's the Philharmonic that we talked about, but we're still looking for that 1 ounce Royal Canadian bar. Here we go. So the 1 ounce Royal Canadian bar, 1 ounce is $2,400. But wait, David, you just told me that the purchase price is $2,570. All right, so now we have our two prices for that one product. All right, so I wrote it down on a piece of paper, $2,570. That's the purchase price, $2,400 if we are going to sell it back to them. So just take your little iPhone and write 2,400, divide it by 2,570, which was the purchase price. Just divide it on themselves, and we'll see that they're going to be basically giving us 93% of our purchase price. That's what they're going to buy it back from us. So what did it cost us? If I went and bought it today for $2,570 and then turned it around and sold it right back to them for $2,400, it would cost me 7%. So that is the premium. We're looking for the buy price and the sell price, and we want that as small as possible. So the items that sell the quickest always have a very small margin. And 7%, though it may sound like a lot, it's actually not very much when it comes to gold and silver. For that, you would look for anything around 8% or below is even better. This one's only 7%. So that would make a very good case to why you should be buying those gold bars today. But if you go and look at those coins that we had seen, those pretty coins, the difference might be bigger. It may be 10% for you to be looking for the purchase and the sell price. Does that make any sense? So if we look into silver, silver is crazy these days. If you want to look at the price for you to get 1 ounce of silver, we may be paying anywhere from 22 to 50% premiums for you to be able to get the silver in your hands. So these days, as of March 2022, it makes a lot of sense for you to be paying the premium, the small 8% for you to get the gold into your possession. But for you to get the silver in your possession, right now it costs you a lot. So what are your options? You could always buy it and pay the premium to get it in your hand, or you could put it in Kitco in something called a pool, like I was saying before, that bank account that has your name and how many ounces of silver that you own. So you have locked it in at spot price, whatever the price of silver is that day, but you haven't paid the premium that you have to, they call it the manufacturing costs, to get it into your hand and haven't mailed to you, which is right now very expensive. 22 to 50% is a lot of money. So in the future, it may come down, and if the rates ever do come down, the manufacturing costs, then you can get it in your hands. But that's up to you. I am here for your health, wealth, and happiness, like always. But you guys, right now, Russia is invading Ukraine. My family, both sides, have genes right from Ukraine. We're from there. It breaks my heart. You know, war never works out for anybody, ever. we're a long way away. We don't hear the bombs and the bullets. We feel bad for them. It's terrible. But the economic sanctions are coming against them. And this is not a political post, but I can say that even in Canada, the costs of goods, the metals, the fuel is going up. War doesn't just cost one country. It's costing everybody. And so war never works out for anybody. But if we're afraid of the consequences of this, one of the ways that you can fight it is also go and get some gold and silver in your hands. I'm always here for you, and I want you to succeed, honestly. Thanks for coming by, you guys. I wish you the best.